I decided to demo the stuff that I normally wear on OnlyFans just for this episode. I haven't done one in a while that was for YouTube. Um, like, not since the summer have I done like anything like that, like Simply Yoga or my other shows that were sometimes. No. The last season of Simply Stayed was actually on OnlyFans, season 3. But I found that I wore like cute bikinis and two pieces and stuff. So, um, anyways, I'm just doing a little demo-y outfit today. Yesterday was Martin Luther King Jr. Day in the USA, and I ended up giving away a free semi-topless photo on my OnlyFans page. So there's fun stuff like that for people that are on OnlyFans. But this is the way it would normally appear, like on OnlyFans type stuff at least. I do like fun poses, and I do like dance shows and stuff on there. And there's also Simply Eating with Deborah, and Hard to Eat Food. And then there's Simply Yoga with Deborah is on Brave right now. But, so it's pretty fun. OnlyFans channel at Deborah K, DEBORHKAY. I'm gonna go ahead and put on my Mardi Gras needs. As more people join, we'll get started with the rest of the show. No, I'm not gonna wear. Just go with my like bra top for the whole show. Anyway, so. Actually, I would do like this for Mardi Gras, and like this. Oh no, they don't light up anymore. I had them lighting up before. It was super fun. Well, that's burned out, but they were light up glasses. So, yeah, it's a lot of stuff that looks like this. I guess for today, for the opening, I'll do a techno song, and then you like a sample of what the Mardi Gras fun is on OnlyFans. Then we'll go into the rest of the show, Simply Stated, and I'll put it on a shirt for that and like tone the rest down. So. Okay. I thought maybe for this episode we'd skip like cutting up CDs and just have an opening where I showed you some stuff from OnlyFans so that people get. This is still on OnlyFans. I mean, I did Simply Stay on OnlyFans. I have to say, season 3 was a lot lighter, and it was filmed like outside or at the beach in really pretty spots with being a 2-piece, and I didn't go into things as in depth. So that is hard hitting. But since I gave away that fun picture on OnlyFans yesterday, I thought, well, for MLK Day here in the USA, I know the rest of the world doesn't celebrate it, but I thought, well, I better give away something on YouTube today. So this is the giveaway. It's me dressing like this, and then being like this. Also, I'm like bloated because I just ate, so I had my dinner. So this is like the biggest my stomach gets all day, but now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do turn the lights off, because I think if I start singing Ride It in this outfit, it's just going to be too much. That really should have to be on OnlyFans. So, there's only so many freebies here with me. Hope you're all doing well and that you can all hear me. I haven't seen any comments yet, so. Can everyone hear me? I did an audio test before and it was fine. I just want to make sure. Okay, hold on. I don't know, neither one of them is responding, so I'm not sure if they can actually hear me. Okay, well, let me know if you can actually hear me or not, because in the comments you're not. Hold on. Oh, I see. These are not top fans. Okay. Well, whatever. Okay, hold on. I said, ooh, come on, baby, turn the lights on. Ooh, 'cause it's getting late. I said, ooh, come on, gonna try to hang tough. Oh, I don't like that beginning. Hold on. I said, ooh, come on, baby, turn the lights on. Ooh, 'cause it's getting late. I said, ooh, you know you're gonna try to hang tough. Ooh, you shouldn't hesitate. I love to burn. You had a wounded heart, and as across a crowded room, should we let this start? I said, ooh, come on, baby, turn the lights off. Ooh, 'cause it's getting late. I said, ooh, I know you're gonna try to hang tough. Ooh, you shouldn't hesitate. I love to burn. You had a wounded heart, and as across a crowded room, should we let this start? I said, ooh, come on, baby, turn the lights off. Ooh, 'cause it's getting late. I said, ooh, I know you're gonna try to hang tough. Ooh, shouldn't hesitate. I said, ooh, come on, baby, turn the lights on. Ooh, 'cause it's getting late. I said, ooh, I know you're gonna try to hang tough. Ooh, you shouldn't hesitate. Wah, wah. That was the end of that song. So I think we're gonna go right on into the rest of the show. It might be shorter than normal. The last couple shows have been kind of, well, not normal. I mean, the last couple shows, people, let's be really honest, have gone like too long. Um, found you pretend to like, oh no. Food you pretend to like, oh no. They're trying to get me to do Q&As with you all. No. No, YouTube, we're not going to do quotes about food. Let's stick with, or comments on food. Let's stick with music. And while that gets going, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to show mode. Like Mr. Rogers, right? I'm just kidding. I'm going to put this on, and then that'll sort of be, so I have some kind of covering. There we go. So actually, no, the light's good here, I think. We'll just leave this. For those of you who don't know who Mr. Rogers was, he was a Presbyterian pastor who did children's shows, and he'd always change his shoes at the beginning of a show. But then he turned out to also be a PCUSA pastor, and they turned out to be so perverted that everybody decided he was some kind of pervert. And that's why he made kid shows. That's actually what happened to him. And he also turned out to be Russian. It's really weird. So, anyways, I make references to Mr. Rogers only like in passing as a joke because he used to change his shoes and beating shows. I would not compare myself at all to him, so. I'm just taking a minute to tidy up here. I don't know where some of the regulars are. There's usually some regular commenters I didn't see on there, so But usually if people couldn't hear, they would have said something by now, so. So this is going to be episode 25. So for those of you who are curious, I went ahead and I looked up, I tried to find the English companies involved in Endeavor. It's important to note that in the spring of 2025, like Silver Lake assumed a lot of the control of the actual Endeavor WME company. That's actually still part of a larger corporation. So, and then they put in some press releases saying that Patrick Witzel, like, already supposed to be gone. And Patrick Witzel is supposed to be running a multimedia project, but who even knows what that is. And Mark Shapiro is supposed to be the, like, CEO, but so for those of you who are trying to figure out what the English company is, it would be like the equivalent of YG, basically, as far as a larger corporation. But the reality is that I don't think anyone believes this because Endeavor's gone so crazy over the past few years. I mean, I regularly deal with stalking issues today with not YG, but Endeavor WME running around, like, up here, just threatening people and being hostile. And it's a Russian Chinese company, like, nobody really wants them around. So, anyways, you know, I look at my experiences and the different coalitions that I built, and that's what I lean on. Obviously, labor trafficking in the U.S. is always a really serious issue, especially child trafficking, labor trafficking issues. I'm going to go ahead and turn a light on, you know, organ trafficking, all that. Hold on a second. Today in the U.S., for me, because of the work I've done in my life, like, there's an automatic response for me even now if somebody tries to bother me at a store from Endeavor, WE, or even CAA or UTA. There's like, nope, like, get away from the female type behavior that goes on. But you know, it's still really stressful for me, and like, I'll certainly never get over some of what's happened. It's affected my life economically even today. So but anyway, so I couldn't find the name of the company. I think it's IMG, but that seems about right. We can look that up really quick, but that's a modeling agency, so that's still not it. I don't know. Actually, you know what? I don't think I'm going to bother naming it because I don't think they'd want to be. So we'll just leave it. I obviously don't do agency representation. I'm not a Hollywood person. I was just labor trafficked to it. So, you know, to Endeavor because of Patrick's mental illness, or, well, not even mental illness is the right term. We oftentimes refer people from the Russian FSB and Chinese CCP in the U.S. as being mentally ill. But that's really become a euphemism and almost an excuse for their behavior. The reality is they're just dumb criminals. who aren't worth talking to or respecting. So, you know, just people you want to get away from. And that is the cause and drive of labor trafficking in the U.S. It's Russia beach and CCP activity. So it's important to know that Silver Lake, which is run by Sam Silver and then Britton Silver, who had that child that I actually went to testify about in court a couple years back. You know, they have Endeavor Group now, but that's not to be confused with YG or some of the other companies. But I'm not really, I mean, they still seem pretty nuts, basically, as an organization, and owe debt all over the place, and owe people money for labor trafficking. And let's not forget who Britton Silver was. She's a pretty bad person, so. And somebody that the U.S. government actually needed to arrest and put in prison. They just failed to do it. And unfortunately, you're looking at a situation where Tulsi Gabbard herself is responsible for this. Britain's from Iran, so it's kind of important that the one thing I really can't do after years of not being able to talk about everything is to quit talking about it. Like, it has to be expressed in a show. So that's YouTube mostly. Obviously, OnlyFans is a lot more fun, you know, because I don't talk about this stuff on there. And like do cute outfits. But anyways, so I'm on OnlyFans at Deborah K, DEBORHKY. And I'm gonna go through some things really quickly and we'll talk about some stuff. Donald Trump, I saw this on the BBC, but then also I found it in 4 other places. The US is apparently no longer working with NATO. And Trump is trying to form a billionaire club, which is really strange, and wants to include China, Russia, Palestine. They've all been invited to join for $1 billion. I'm trying to figure out how that isn't literally like the crap you see in, like, every villain in a James Bond movie would form a major club board where people had to pay millions to be on it, or billions, and then just act completely crazy to everyone. So it's really weird in the sense that it's caused the U.S. to be really disrespected, but it also makes me think that he's actually clinically insane. Because I don't really want a president who would actually do a club with Russia and China. Like, it's confirmed what we've all suspected for a long time, but it just seems like he's way too close with them, and I don't see how any of us can trust the administration if that's the kind of behavior he's engaging in. So, it's also important to note that as of today, a Danish fund is planning to exit the U.S. over Donald Trump's behavior, the current president. It's Anheuser Pension. So, I'm not sure if I said that right, but it's going to sell $100 million shares in the U.S. Treasury by the end of the month. That's worth $100 million. Over the issues of Greenland and other national issues related to geopolitical issues with Donald Trump and his management of the country. Also, Usha Vance, the vice president's wife, is apparently pregnant with her first child. I don't know what to say about that. I'm not going to congratulate her. Her husband seems pretty bad, and apparently has been having an affair with her, and that's been a disaster. And it just looks really gross. I hope that she's actually pregnant. I hope it's really her child. I hope it's really J.D. Vance's kid. I hope that she is actually pregnant physically, that it's a good pregnancy. But beyond that, you know, like, I don't know, an awful lot of us couldn't have our kids, so I'm not really going to spend a lot of time going into it. One thing I saw with the culture was that we spent way too much time feting and sort of cooing over people having babies, and then the rest of us actually aren't allowed to, and there's not really a lot of address of that. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time being like, oh my gosh, she's just going to have a baby, because I don't even know if she's having it. It could be somebody else who's having to have it for her. They may not be related to her. So, you know, I mean, this is what I learned over the years living in Washington, D.C. and following the news. So the administration's too closely tied to Endeavor Group, and that means any children that they have could be suspect. So, can you play an instrument? I do the drums. Thank you for asking me a question on there. You missed the intro, I guess. I did my outfit for OnlyFans. Like, I showed one of my OnlyFans outfits. I'll show you guys again at the end. So people can actually see me. in my outfit, but I'm gonna go through a few things. Some of the show is made because of U.S. Border Patrol volunteer, like a Northern Border Patrol volunteer. Um, the promises I made to some other people that were friends to me or like family that had losses due to Endeavor Corp's history of murder and human trafficking in the U.S. And then also just literally I had got sucked into some things when I got stuck on the western coast of Michigan, which I will not be going back up there for anything. And to remind my ex, not ex, David Barnes, who also goes by the name Chris Evans, after Chris Evans, that we were really never married, and to stop pretending like he had any kind of relationship to me. To remind him that we're all aware that he had a relationship with Cersei and considered by the U.S. government to be married to her in Russia. No, I don't have a fur coat. And it's important to remind also Patrick Witzel to just stay the hell away from me. And really the rest of the company. Like, none of you are invited. And in case anyone ever thinks I forgot or anything, like, I don't go to church today because of this. I don't do synagogues. I don't do a mosque. I wouldn't do any kind of organized religion over it all. I don't go to 12-step groups. Like, I left so much stuff behind because I was sick of it all. Because those are the places where they try to get you and start trafficking you, is in those kinds of places. And how a lot of this is done is that they call up the contractors from Labatt, TIC, Accenture, Booz Allen Hamilton, and have them put bizarre contraptions, devices in place, things like messing with your unemployment or your food stamps or your Medicaid or your electricity or all kinds of other weird crap. Hi, Corey. And that's the kind of stuff that, the U.S. government needs to be addressing as far as with ICE, because the company itself is run by a bunch of people that are illegals. And they're very good at faking documents, the whole thing. Hi, Jack, or Jay, what is it, Jay? I see Jayek. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Jayek. So let me throw this out really quick. But I'll show you guys a sample of a Mardi Gras outfit from OnlyFans at the end of the show again, too. This will be a really short show. So I decided I wanted to try to expand my crowd platforms. I was on, I'm on YouTube and on OnlyFans. I'm looking for other platforms to expand to where I could make some money. I'm telling you, it's just really hard to find one. I've talked to you about how a lot of the industry, as far as the actual entertainment industry, like Hollywood, is full of weird idiots that it's literally like the guy that literally always spends money on like beauty pageants that they make like no money off of just to do them for fun. And they must want to feature people in Russia and China. Then there's the rest of us who are actual artists. So I'm an actual artist. I'm not going to traffic kids or sell drugs to go get on stage and do a DAT system. I think I should also remind you famously that Patrick literally, he said, you're not Russian, you're not allowed to be in the industry, and then he said you have to go traffic kids in order to be a part of it. I was demanding I find children for him to have sex with. Like, that's what we famously got in a fight for. And it is famous within, like, the real world. Like, he's completely insane. And just disgusting. And anyway, so I try to expand to many vids. And, and obviously I'm someone who still works other jobs. But if I can. Although lately I've been hiding out and resting, right? Because the west coast of Michigan was too crazy for me. Northwest coast was too much. So let's see. When was MiniVids, founded? I was in some competitions on MiniVids, and then it kept saying don't post anything sexual. And I was like, okay, so I wasn't posting anything sexual. And then all these other people were getting on MiniVids and posting stuff that was sexual. And so I started reporting them. And they got mad at me and said, don't report people for whatever. And I said, well, they're not following the rules and the rest of us are. That's not fair. So it's very much discriminatory towards me. And then, and then they said, well, you weren't being nice to other, contact creators. I was like, what? What are you talking about? I didn't talk to these people. And this was all after I had also reported someone for sending me key phrases and being really disgusting on MiniVids to me. One of the guys who's been a stalker, Scott Livingston, he also went by the name Frederick Steiner, was on there messaging me and just being really nasty and threatening me. MiniVids was totally unhelpful. There's a totally weird bias there with them. If you go look at the site, it just looks really weird, like it's some big freaking joke. And their strategy for you to become a content plus creator means you have to like sell a bunch of stuff. Like you have to have a bunch of stuff for sale, and you have to have a whole bunch of other stuff. That's kind of, it's a little weird. Because they're like, well, everything has to be safe for work, or NSFW isn't allowed, but then they've got a ton of NSFW stuff all over the site. And they're not really policing it, is what I'm saying. So it's very much a double standard. So basically, they're letting certain creators put their own stuff up that's totally breaking the laws, and then, or the community guidelines, and then they're coming down on everybody else who isn't doing that. It's just really bizarre. It's very racist, actually. I think they're a Russian FSB site. I'm starting to wonder. So they kind of need to watch it with me. I went and pulled out a bunch of competitions on there over it, and then ended up literally taking out a bunch of my videos because I was so fed up with it. But I'm looking at something. So let's see. Yeah, so if you sell videos on there, you only get 60%, not like 80 or 90. It's supposed to be a Canadian adult entertainment company, video hosting, live streaming, e-commerce company, headquartered in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It may just be a hot mess, but the people on there are literally like, "Will you take your top off for $2?" Like that kind of weird crap. And there's people doing it. It's very strange. They're not like, it's just really weird. Like it has hard porn on it. I mean, there's people that go on it who actually do like sing or perform, but they just look like they're being abused. I'm wondering about myself. I was like, I'm gonna take all my stuff down and just put up videos of me singing. You deal with that. You'd be rude, act weird, like not protect creators. Let's see when it was founded. Founded in 2014 by former CEO Bella French, a former webcam model and all-adult online creator. She was the chief financial officer until 2017. There's supposed to be a controversy with it around content moderation, creator compensation, and ethical concerns with the adult industry. Yeah, it's pretty obvious that well, this AI summary is kind of mixing two different things together that aren't correct. So yeah, they're not doing content moderation correctly, and it's unfair to other people. They're being compared to other platforms. Even Playboy, like, did better on revenue. I don't know. They did an outreach to a project, which might be a front group to try to combat some of this. That doesn't really work for me. I don't want you to do outreach or donations. I want you to do better content moderation, or else I'm not going to want to be around for this because it's too stupid. Yeah, can we talk about what an absolute disgrace mini vids is? It's considered okay to create multiple user accounts so you can harass performers on mini vids. Like, so that's their, I would show you some pictures of stuff that I picked up off of there, but they'll literally say in like the tagline, like, don't post anything sexual. And I have this, and I have pictures of this. There'll be somebody with like a picture of their vagina or like penis in your face. That's not even like sexy or attractive. That's just meant to be weird. And it's not even like what I'd call hardcore porn. It's just gross. You know what I mean? Like, it's just sexually, ugh, what do you want to call that? Like horror? Like gross out media? I think that's what they're doing. You know, I don't think there's a whole lot else to say about any of it. Just got on it in the last like 7 weeks. Literally already told them I pulled material, pulled out of contests, and said, if there needs to be a better attitude going forward here. I say do it with people, if you're a creator of any kind, you have a right to assert yourself. I mean, I wouldn't waste time with a lot of weird stuff, but you have a right to separate yourself out from people that don't fit with you and to question a platform and then decide whether or not you would want to stick with it at all because it may not be a fit for you or for them. But certainly, I'm going to hit them pretty hard on the show, having had personal experience with them being really biased and just, content moderation is the euphemism for it here. They don't have any. And, yeah, I think, many vids, if somebody said, would you recommend it? I probably wouldn't even bother explaining it. I'd just be like, what? Because it's just kind of a disappointment, I think. It seemed like another platform where people could make money, and it's got double standards, and I'm not sure anyone really is making money on it that's like actually a legit performer. It could be just another cover for drug dealing, organ trafficking, child trafficking. Like, because that's what the problem was with like Endeavor Group. That was originally Endeavor, the agency. The whole thing just seems like some kind of weird loss sometimes. That, as a friend of mine said back in 2009, what's the talent agency that just has a bunch of spies? A spy agency. It's all like Russian and Chinese people. So it kind of looks like many vids might have been developed for them, like Russian FSB and Chinese CCP, to put people on as a cover for not really working. I actually have to do stuff that either brings me leads, brings me work. It's something I can do advocacy with. I did perform a mini vids on New Year's Eve and I had a crowd of 100. But I've already informed mini vids that if they don't come up with something pretty quick, I won't be staying, so. Has to have a benefit for me. Somehow. And that would be my advice for what I've learned over the years. Legally. If anyone wants to know, it's like, start pulling your material. Don't bother with weird competitions. Look bogus. That'd be about it. So, many vids, I'm not going to try to tell you whether to do it or not. Only you would know if it would work for you. But that was literally my summary of it. So you might want to call it the real mini vids, because I don't appreciate what's going on there. I mean, there was literally a competition on there that I was in where some guy just put up a picture of his penis. Like this close to his penis. Like, it was just the penis, like, in the frame. And they didn't bother to remove it. So that's what they're talking about euphemistically when people say, well, there seems to be a problem with content moderation. We just don't really, have, good content moderation. Right? You get that? Oh my God, people. And really, if you're me or somebody else who's in the field, you kind of have to go ahead and say something to them because the world watches all this stuff online. And a lot of people do surveillance. Like, it isn't just the psychotic, contracting groups that from Russia and China. It isn't like just the NSA. It's like everybody, like your neighbor. A lot of people have started their own surveillance groups or even their own private surveillance of everything. And there's no secrets anymore. And so if you let somebody trample you like that, even online and just some platform, people are going to know. And so you have to speak up for yourself, even if it ultimately means withdrawing from the platform. And I think most of the content creator companies get that and deal with it. They accept that you're going to assert yourself on the platform. But maybe some don't. Maybe some really don't. Might want to get in a fight with you about it. So, it's always better to just pull back and pull away from them at that point. I was on the Maxim model competitions for a while. For a couple of years. I decided by last spring that the whole thing was a joke. Because there were people literally buying their positions in the competitions. And I mean, And the pictures were so bad. It was just like, this is a joke. This is a total joke. I actually wrote that on one of my pages. Like, I wrote it on YouTube about them. And then pulled out and never went back to anything again with them. Like, Maxim has just become a complete fucking joke. It's a joke, people. It's literally a joke. Like, bad CGI pictures. I think when they really went downhill, you could tell a few years ago before they were sold, but they did, like, pictures with Ava Max, who's a Russian FSB person, who's not real at all. She's actually Jackie Wilkie out of Luther College and a complete nutcase who, like, beats and abuses kids and tries to pretend to be a celebrity with money and doesn't have any. Like, that's the woman that was actually living up at the Traverse City shelter and trying to pretend to be one of the workers, and she's so crazy. She was actually trying to get myself and other women who were staying there who'd been beaten to do her job. Like, she literally just wanted to sit down and eat with the other women and, like, hang out and chat. She brought in a bunch of gangbangers from MS-13 to sit and squat and shit in the shelter. Like, I ended up reporting the whole thing to Michigan. I finally called the police on the place. Like, literally myself, to get my stuff out of there and left. After I got a couple of moms with their kids out of there. And then and that was where she had Kevin Costner and his girlfriend staying there. And the girlfriend, literally this nutcase that had court orders against her to show up for felonies in court. Like, definitely not a millionaire performer. You know, Maxim pretty much lost all credibility the same day they posted her pictures on their magazine. And I tried, you know, they went through the acquisition, and I went and participated in some of their model competitions, and they were so such really ridiculous jokes, people, that I dropped them because, you know, that makes me look bad, right? So I stopped participating. The fact that they're still like, oh, please come back, it's like, no. Because I don't actually want to go on any of these trips. If they had money or, like, would give me, like, a creator status where I could make money, that would be cool to win. But I don't want to be a part of a publication that's like, here, we'll take you to a castle in Europe so you can be raped if you win it. And everybody else is winning and just paying money into it. Like, that's not worth my time. So, anyways, you know, that's just another example if you want an idea about how to deal with this stuff or what it really is. Because sometimes delving into it and, you know, connecting it all together, like, close the loop, put it all together. Because I really did go through this investigation up the Michigan West Coast. And some of the interest in it was that decades ago, Teriko Heber and I had talked when I was young. And that's actually Yoko Ono, because she was my teacher when I was a kid. She taught me art, science, math. We worked on English. You know, she taught me geisha art. And she had hoped that we'd be able to meet up in Traverse City and talk. And then, like, 15 years later, when I was at Luther College, Mark Clammer, who also happens to be part of Endeavor, and some people think is actually Patrick Woods, also that Traverse City was just a tourist trap, and a major trafficking spot. So, and when I went up there and saw, it was pretty horrifying. You know, Russian FSB presence, Russian GRU, Chinese CCP, ships tied to Russia off the coast. Like, this is horrifying stuff. All the crime from Chicago. Like, coming up in boats during the day. Woo! Nasty. Chinese CCP, Russian FSP squatting in houses, difficulty finding proper housing. Like, I ended up in a women's shelter there like twice before I finally left. Like, it was just bad. Just a bad place. So, barely got to see Teriko for a minute, and then it's too dangerous for us to really talk. It just sucks because it's supposed to be a chance for us to reconnect after all these years, and she and I weren't able to, really. But it was nice to see that she at least cared about me. But the way it was handled was really difficult because she was a victim of beatings for years back in Dubuque. And of course, to tie back around, you know, Fatina, who's also Jackie Wilkie, and by the name Kendall, like, that's the woman that, remember my mom's funeral, the whore from Russian FSB, like, came in with her boobs out. like, I don't even think this looks bad enough. Like, she had them pushed up and, like, out. So she was being really nasty. And she tried to get in a limousine with me and my half-brother for my mom's funeral. And my mom had specifically requested she not be in it. And so she was forcing herself in there. And we ended up telling her to get out. And she went to Wilhelm, and he tried to enforce putting her back in the limousine. And we got mad, and we physically threw her out of the limousine. Because we told her she wasn't welcome to be in it. And she's like, we're going to fight this later. I'm like, no, we're really not. And she is Russian FSB, and she's really nasty. And, you know, anytime she's upset, she calls up CICI, Labatt, or Accenture, who's out with Hamilton. She still stalks me today. She's not supposed to be free in the U.S. Like, if I just want somebody to go pick up and make the country happy again, pick her up. She's a small Russian woman that doesn't belong free in this country, and she's engaged in way too much violence. And I had to get, there's so many obstacles, but it's just completely horrifying, gross. And she contributed to beat up on my mom and dad. But really tight with Kevin Costner into labor trafficking kids, and neither of them are from the U.S. They're from Russia. The country has to get together because Kristi Noem's trying to pull this. Whatever's going on in the Twin Cities, it looks pretty horrific if they're going to let people that aren't actually really from the U.S. that are Russian or Chinese stay, simply because they seem to have money. The oligarchs of the world, no. Like, the government's going to have to actually, get their balls together and go after Endeavor Group. And Jackie definitely doesn't belong free in the U.S. at all, but so many did. Heidelberg Dazar tip on it from the Russian FSB. They said it was one of theirs that they like to screw with. Either it's poorly manufactured and put together and so not well controlled, so the FSB or Chinese CCP can mess with it, mess with people on it, or it's just simply a product of the Russian FSB. I don't know which one it is. I'm still determining that. But, I'm giving you some examples of what it's all really about, like how this connects together, right? So, but it isn't even kind of bizarre to think that Patrick Witzel was supposed to be this big Hollywood agent, and it wasn't talent. He was just connecting up people that were Russian and Chinese to do nasty obfuscation campaigns and present weird crap to the American public and just be gross. So, Fatina made The Ring, where she made fun of Jackie. This is also Jackie Wilkie. She made fun of Yoko Ono. She hurt U.S. relationship with Japan. The movie was attributed to the U.S. and it wasn't. It was Russian. It was made by Endeavor Corp. Patricia worked on it with her, who was also known as Britton Silver. We can go through the pictures again on my Facebook page if people need it, but it's like, I think most people who are familiar with this guy now. In fact, I finally realized the industry itself was more familiar with how crazy things were than I even realized. But nothing, The Ring is a disgusting film that was clearly meant to make fun of the Japanese. And specifically Yoko Ono, and beat up on her after the same group had killed her husband, John Lennon. Like, it's just really gross. So that's the episode, at least as far as content here today. I hope I've given you some tips and strategies for the rest of you. I'm going to go ahead and sing a few songs and then we'll be done, okay? Anyways. And of course, the result of the U.S. clearing up some of the labor trafficking has been that there's less people, there's just simply less people, involved in the industry, as if the U.S. hadn't decided it wanted out of this stuff. Anyways, the American people, we're just so grossed out with all of it that they're stop being supportive. Okay, so I'm gonna stand here like this. This is my OnlyFans outfit for one of them. 10 years living in a paper bag. Feedback, baby, he's a flipped out cat. He's a platinum canary drinking Volta beer. City's rule and a red hair, yeah. Bottom feeder for insincere. Prophet, lo-fi pioneer. Sell a house and go to school. Get a young girlfriend, daddy jewel. A change would do you good. Having a change would do you good. God's little gift is on the rag. Poster girl posing in a fashion mag. It's hidden, feline, chocolate. Well, you fake fur on the inside. Queen of South Beach, aging booze. Dinners at 6 where you semen shoes. I thought you were singing your heart out to me. Your lips were sinking and now I see a change. Are you good? I think a change would do you good. Sorry, I got bored. I sing this song all the time. Oh my god. Okay. Let's try this part. Chasing dragons with a plastic sword. Dragon to me, everybody wants more. Scully in it. Oh wait, I ruined my best part. That's like my favorite part. I could ruin that. Okay, sorry about that. I was just trying to fix the light. A change would do you good. I think a change do you good. A change would do you good. I think a change would do you good. Chasing dragons with plastic swords. Check out Jimmy, everybody wants more. Scully Needle on the kitchen floor, and I'm calling Buddy on the Ouija board. Yeah. I've been thinking about catching a train. Leave my phone machine by the radar range. Hello, it's me. I'm not at home. If you'd like to reach me, leave me alone. I think a change would do you good. Hello, it's me. I'm not at home. If you'd like to reach me, leave me alone. I think a change would do you good. 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 No, wait, I'm gonna give you a really funny one. Because I was used as a body model a number of times and like not paid. I was doing like this.
If you live in a Michigan zip code and have 0 DUI.
Ew, that's gross. I didn't want that in my show. I'm not sure what else I should sing today. No, you're not the only one watching it. I don't. This is my OnlyFans costume I'm going to show people. So, because normally for the show I do like kind of businessy, newsy stuff. Clothes or not OnlyFans like type clothing. But I am on OnlyFans at Deborah K DEBORHKY, and I'm gonna go like this. Fuck her. God, bitch. Yeah, I infamously knew Kim Kardashian years ago. She's also another one that stalks me and I don't like. And I'm like, go away, bitch. She's Russian FSB and doesn't belong in the U.S. at all. It's like, if our government wasn't insane, she would have been thrown back into Russia. So, yeah. It was a part of the Albanian Russian Chinese CCP group that destroyed James, Wisconsin back in the 90s. Like, the issues with the government not actually addressing what's going on and the actual criminals is so bad. They're like, we're after the illegal immigrants. It's like, hey, well, I've got a whole list of them that don't belong here. So you're not doing anything about it, so. Oh my gosh, look at this. Here we go. All I want to do originally from Sheryl Crow. This ain't no disco. It ain't no country club either. This is LA. All I want to do is have a little fun before I die. This is the man next to me out of nowhere. He's apropos of nothing. He says his name is William, but I'm sure he's Bill or Billy or Mac or Buddy. And he's kind of ugly to me. And I wonder if he's ever had a day of fun in his whole life. We are drinking beer at noon on Tuesday in a bar that faces a giant car wash. The good people of the world are washing their cars on their lunch break, posing and scrubbing as best they can in skirts and suits. They drive their shiny Datsuns and Buicks back to the phone company or a record store too. Well, they're nothing like Billy and me. All I want to do is have some fun. Oh, I got a feeling that I'm not the only one. All I want to do is have some fun. I got a feeling I'm not the only one. All I want to do is have some fun. Until the sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard. By the way, I actually lived in LA. It was really horrible. You couldn't just have fun there. It was awful. I like a good beer buzz early in the morning. And Billy likes to peel the labels from his bottles of Bud. He shreds them on the bar, then he lights every match in an oversized pack, letting each one burn down to his thick fingers before blowing and crushing them down. And he's watching the bottles of Bud as they spin on the floor. And a happy couple enters the bar, dangerously close to one another. And the bartender looks up from his one abs. But all I wanna do is have some fun. I got a feeling, oh, I'm not the only one. All I wanna do is have some fun. I got a feeling, oh, I'm not the only one. All I wanna do is have some fun. Until the sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard. Otherwise, the bar is ours. The day and the night and the car wash too. The matches and the buzz and the clean and dirty cars. The sun and the moon, but all I wanna do is have some fun. Oh, I got a feeling, oh, I'm not the only one. All I wanna do is have some fun. Oh, I got a feeling the party is just begun. Oh, all I wanna do is have some fun. I wanna tell you that you're the only one. All I wanna do is have some fun until the sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard. Woo! Until the sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard. I don't know, any requests? I like a good beer buzz early in the morning. Yeah. I don't drink beer, but I'm telling you. Let me move this over here for a second. We're gonna move all this over just a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna have another light malfunction if I don't quit doing that, so. Gee. What else should I sing? Lovely belly button, no, thank you. No piercings, no tattoos, and no piercings. So, what should I sing? Do we have any requests? I know there was a bunch of requests the other night. Could just get your pro songs. Here's the bitches who left us. Here's the bitches to the bitches who never left. Oh my god. Okay, let's do that one, and then I'm gonna find something else to sing. Or I might just end with Tom Petty. But yeah, OnlyFans, this is mine. Like OnlyFans type costuming. And then it just gets better from there, but you have to private message me for the other stuff in there, so that's how OnlyFans works. Some people don't, it's like too much for them, so. Long. Oh no, I don't want you to sing it for me. Who did this one? No. Oh my gosh, if you're gonna do that, then we're not gonna do this. Then we need to find something else to sing. Bad. So bad. I think I'm gonna sing my version of Jolene that I wrote, which is a little bit different from Dolly Parton's. It's worth knowing that Paula Cole has her own version of it too. So. This is my version, not Dolly Parton's. Only a little bit different, but enough. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. Beauty is beyond compare with flowing locks of auburn hair and ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring and your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. He talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. You could have your choice of man and I could never love again, but he's the only one for I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you. Whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him even though you can. Jolene, Jolene. What else do you want me to sing? Does anyone have any requests, or should I just talk witchcraft? Oh, the other one watching it. So, weird thing about YouTube is it's not really showing an accurate number of people watching my shows. I can look it up afterwards, but especially with the lives, it just doesn't. And that's been a problem in general on my YouTube page. And I know it's specifically related to Endeavor Group, because that was part of all the investigations that they admitted that they were openly hacking my page and work, as well as the work of other people in this country who weren't Russian Hemisphere Chinese CCP. Like, whether it's the news outlets, my stuff, anybody's. Like, they're just not, like, they spend a lot of time attacking people that aren't part of the Russian Hemisphere Chinese CCP. What I do know is that YouTube gets caught up, but I can see the back end on it. For those of you who are curious, the show has a core audience of 80 to 100, but it can get up to like 220, 30 views in an hour or so. Like, I did an hour show the other night that had 230 unique views. So, and I don't schedule it and I don't promote it. I just get on here whenever I feel like it. I usually do evenings. But I'm just telling you, like, and I have about, I don't even know how many subscribers I have anymore. I think it's like 2,000 subscribers. So, obviously the most popular shows were, gosh, it was the episodes where I did YouTube, like yoga for YouTube, and I wore my, like I wore the push-up bikini top, the white two-piece. I actually put it away. I'm not going to get it back out again until the next Olympics. So it won't make an appearance again for a while. Anywhere. It's really pretty and I don't want it to get ruined, so. But it literally like pushes my boobs up. Like, it's like, it literally goes like this to him and then like out. and it's got like padding on the side. Like, it's ridiculous. But that's the kind of stuff people wore in like the 90s and early 2000s to make themselves look really big boobied. I'm a double D34, so it didn't even kind of look ridiculous. But hey, you know, got me going, got me some OnlyFans subscribers, so. But, I'm going to do Landslide, that was originally by Fleetwood Mac again, because I really like that song. I think other people do too. Hold on a second. Hold on, I need water. Should I do this with the glasses on just to be weird? Like, no, I'm kidding. That's not Landslide though. That's too weird for them. That's all anyways. Okay.
Before. What?
Oh, I can't stand Sarah Jessica Parker. She's so awful. That's how I feel about that. Boo! She's another one of Patrick's people, which means that she was into child trafficking and weird gross crap. Like, she's an Epstein person. Ew. Ew! I don't know, maybe we should call this episode I really don't give a crap about you stupid good people. I don't like her. These are my love and I took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can that child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even hi Juppy, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Well, I've been afraid of changing 'cause I've built my life around you. But time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Oh, I'm getting older too. Take my love and I take it down. Climb a mountain and turn around. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, well, the landslide will bring you down. And if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, oh, the landslide will bring you down. The landslide will bring you down. Well, the landslide brought you down. Do you want me to do totally like harder? Should I sing Foo Fighters Learning to Fly? Yes, no, yes, no. Choices, votes, thoughts. Okay, I'm gonna sing Bonnie Tyler, Toy Flips the Heart, and then we'll go back and do the other one maybe.
Hugging's double grip stuff.
Ooh, that's horrible. Hold on a second. I'm playing ads for diapers in here. So awful. Yeah, for those of you who just got here, hi Giuseppe. I wanted to show them a sample of my Mardi Gras outfits that I do on OnlyFans on a daily basis. Of course, yesterday I gave away a semi-topless picture for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, so this is like my post Martin Luther King Jr. Day post. Martin Luther King Jr. Day post. Yeah, not Martin Luther, the crazy guy from Germany who killed people. But Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I'll give away like cutesy things, so it's a day afterward. I performed yesterday. I thought yesterday's show was pretty good, but you know. Anyway, so I won't normally be performing like this on here. The best, cutest stuff as far as me posing is on OnlyFans at DeborKay. So, but anyway, so thank you, Giuseppe. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming round. Every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of all the years have gone by. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, and then I see the look in your eyes. Every now and then, every now and then I fall apart. Every now and then I fall apart. Every now and then I get a little bit restless and I dream of something wild. Every now and then I get a little bit helpless and I'm lying like a child in your arms. Every now and then I get a little bit angry and I know I'm gonna get out and cry. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, but then I see the look in your eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. Every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever. And we'll only be making it right. Because we'll never be wrong. Together we can take it to the end of the line. Your love is like a shadow on me all of the time. I don't know what to do, and I'm always in the dark. We're living in a powder keg and giving up sparks. And I need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Once upon a time I was falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart. There's nothing I can do. A total eclipse of the heart. Once upon a time there was light in my life, but now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say. A total eclipse of the heart. Nothing I can say but a total eclipse of the heart. Every now and then I fall apart. Every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever. And we'll only be making it right. 'Cause we'll never be wrong. Together we can take it to the end of the line. Your love is like a shadow on me all of the time. I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark. We're living in a powder keg and giving up sparks. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start too. Once upon a time I was falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart. Nothing I can do. A total eclipse of the heart. Once upon a time there was light in my life, but now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say. A total eclipse of the heart. A total eclipse of the heart. Turn around and brighter days. I'm gonna sing over the other guy. Okay. Anyways, so I think one of you was asking me something on here. I can't quite see. Oh, I left the northwest coast of Michigan. That was like the like Traverse, Elk Rapids, Petoskey. There's too many gangbangers up there. Too much Russian FSB, Chinese CCP, weird crap. It's just too much weird violence, and labor trafficking. So I left. I live out in the country now, and just somewhere that people like really remote. I'm not buy anything, so I gave up on the cities. But, you know, the whole world's just gone nuts, so I might as well hide out. Give myself a break. You know, do my shows, work on my other projects, maybe look for some other job in addition to it all. Like, I've been trying to find one. You know, the one thing I know is that some of the people involved in labor trafficking really don't want the information out there correctly. So the one thing I can do, I'm also a volunteer for Northern Border Patrol, so, like, if I can, you know, help out the best way I can by putting the information out there, because the Endeavor group fought too hard. I mean, I was literally being beaten, tortured on a weekly basis to keep me from telling the truth about Patrick, you know, Patrick Witzel, Ari Manuel, Britton Silver Lake, that's run by Sam Silver, who's also Corey Feldman. You're looking at, you know, the couple that trafficked me, like that whole thing. Like, they were literally trying to keep me from talking. And so it seems to be the one thing that really offends the Russian FSB the most here in the U.S. and China CCP is when people have been trafficked by them talk about it and get the information out there. So, you're from England? Aw. So it's important to know. Or she also went by the name Caroline Silver, if that helps. Maybe I should call her Caroline Silver, because I don't want her to be associated with the English. Like, she's not. So she's Iranian. But, you know, there's a long list of traffickers involved and try to keep me from talking. Abused me over it for years. I have injuries from it, and one thing that seems to upset them is getting out there and sharing it, but also seems to really stop them. And, you know, with the phishing in the U.S. government, it's hard to report through now, so I do the show. You know, I sing to people. But, bye-bye, I'll see you later. I think that person was saying goodbye in a different language. But anyways. So I'm going to Learn to Fly. That was originally done by the Foo Fighters. Run and tell all of the angels this could take all night. Think I need a devil to help me get things right. Hook me up a new evolution, 'cause this one is a lie. Sat around laughing and watched the last one die. Yeah, I'm looking to the sky to save me, looking for a sign of life, looking for something to help me burn out bright. I'm looking for a complication, looking 'cause I'm tired of trying to make my way back home when I learn to fly. Think I'm done nursing patience. It could wait one night. Give it all away if you give me one last try. We'll live happily ever trapped if you just save my life. Run and tell the angels that everything's alright. I'm looking to the sky to save me, looking for a sign of life, looking for something to help me burn out bright. Now I'm looking for a complication, looking 'cause I'm tired of trying, make my way back home when I learn to fly. Make my way back home when I learn to fly. Long with me, I can't quite make it alone. Try to make this life my own. Fly along with me, I can't quite make it alone. Try to make this life my own. Looking to the sky to save me. Looking for a sign of life. Looking for something to help me burn out bright. And I'm looking for a complication. Looking because I'm tired of trying. Make my way back home and I'll learn to look into the sky to save me. Looking for a sign of life. Looking for something to help me burn out bright. Looking for a complication. Looking cause I'm tired of trying. Make my way back home and I'll learn to fly. Make my way back home and I'll learn to fly. Make my way back home and I'll learn to. It's funny, Dave Grohl himself actually sent word to me and said that I was really obviously a talented artist and a singer. And I did the exact right thing by never trying to go on America's Got Talent or The Voice, because those are setups where a number of people who are really talented have gotten beat up or even killed. It's kind of horrible. Do you want me to sing November Rain by Guns N' Roses? Should I do that one?
National Reclining Month.
But yeah, I mean, if you're a singer, I would stay away from the Grammys, America's Got Talent, The Voice. Like, they're not safe places. I mean, obviously Gwen Stefani's off The Voice now, so it might be less dangerous, but there's a lot of setups around it. It was very dangerous. Like, I was told that before it even launched NBC. Actually, I stay away from NBC because they traffic a lot of people and they haven't been shut down entirely yet. Like, that's a network with Matt Lauer. I think it kind of says it all. Like, wow! And the story about him was true. When I look into your eyes, I can see a love restrained. Darling, when I hold you, don't you know I feel the same? Nothing lasts forever, and we both know hearts can change. And it's hard to hold a candle in the cold November rain. Been through this such a long, long time, just trying to kill the pain. Ooh, yeah. Love is always coming, love is always going, and no one's really sure letting go today. Walking away. If we could take the time to lay it on the line, I could rest my head just knowing that you are mine. Oh, mine. if you want to love me, then darling, don't refrain. Or I'll just end up walking in the cold November rain. Yeah. Do you need some time on your own? Do you need some time all alone? Oh, everybody needs some time on their own. Oh, don't you know you need some time all alone? Now it's hard to keep an open heart when even friends seem out to harm you. But if you could heal a broken heart, wouldn't time be out to charm you? Sometimes I need some time on my own. Sometimes I need some time all alone. Oh, everybody needs some time on their own. Oh, don't you know you need some time all alone? Fear subside and shadows still remain. Oh yeah, I know that you can love me when there's no one left to blame. So never mind the darkness, we still can find a way. 'Cause nothing lasts forever, even cold November rain.
Booking.com has all kinds of stays. For those who
Well,
love
they just decided to cut that right off. Wonder if they bring it back, like the big part that everyone always really likes. Hmm. How awful. Like it's the big interlude part with the like big ending. I don't know. They did that with one other song where they cut off in the right middle and put an ad in it. But obviously my budget for this is like tiny for as far as purchasing like accompaniment. They might come back to it. The song may not really be over. Yeah. Don't you think that you need somebody? Don't you think that you need someone? Everybody needs somebody. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. Don't you think that you need somebody? Don't you think that you need someone? Everybody needs somebody. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. Don't you think that you need somebody? Don't you think that you need someone? Everybody needs somebody. You're not the only one. You're not the only one. Okay, that seems like a good song to end on because we're going pretty long here with me singing. So this has been another episode of Simply Stated. I've demoed some OnlyFans stuff for you here. If you like to see me dance, do yoga, eat food on camera, I do that on my OnlyFans page at KDEBORHKY. And this has been the Real Mini Vids episode. Bye bye.